I just want to show you what audio repairs that I've got coming up over the next few weeks. So I've dragged them all out the cupboard in an effort to get some of these done. So first of all, we're going to take a look at my friend's Sony amplifier. Okay, mine. So you'll see that I'm not plugged in. I am in Spain, so I've got a Spanish plug. Spanish plugs are not fused. So when I do plug her in, I'll be using a connector block and with an on-off switch nearby, just for safety reasons. But she's not plugged in, so first of all, we're gonna take her apart. This morning I'm just going to go through what we've got and what is my suspected problems with them. So literally it's just the suspected problems first with what's on them. Okay, so 2 screws that side, Phillips head screwdrivers, 2 Phillips screwdrivers this side. 2 Phillips heads. Come out really quick anyway. Damage there. All of the capacitors are there. None of them are blown. I've not tested them, but there's a lot of dirt and grime. It would be lovely to get this up and running for him. But I do suspect that there could be a problem with this transformer. So I'm going to show you what happens. Like I said, I'm not working on it today, but I'm going to show you what fault it has. And then we're going to be working on this over the next week or so. So literally today it is just really a show and tell. If anyone's plugging your amplifiers to work on them and turn on the power, either wear some protective glasses or keep your face away from them capacitors, because old capacitors can blow up, and it's not very pleasant when it happens, and you certainly don't want to get it in your eye. When they're blown, you usually, or where they're starting to blow, you usually see a dome on the capacitor on the back end of it, and sometimes they've literally exploded. So you don't want to power it up and have a capacitor explode in your face, because they come out with quite a lot of power and they do go bang. So okay, what we're going to do now is just shut this one down, and I'm going to take you through the next one. So I'm hoping you're enjoying the little channel. Mostly I work on my bikes, but I used to work as an audio engineer, and you know, it's time to delve back into it. Sometimes you don't do things that you really love and really enjoy for a long time, and then, you know, it happens, you're back into it. So someone asked me to repair a couple of items, and I thought, you know, I've really missed working on audio, and I had a little clutter of vintage audio equipment, basically in the spare room, sitting there waiting for something to happen with it. Well, I'm going to make the effort. I'm going to see if it can happen with it. And I'm going to look out for some other bits and pieces as well. So there'll be more coming in the next few weeks. Right, so for now, we have a power supply fault with the Sony amplifier. She's in pretty poor shape, pretty filthy. It's possible that she can live again. Will she live again? We'll see. But I'm going first of all for that transformer. I'm going to check the power on the meter. But for today, I'm just going to pop the lid back on her, see where we get to. I'm going to show you through some of my audio equipment that I've been hoarding. Did I say hoarding? It's been away. I've noticed another problem with them, and I'm going to see if we can find some sort of fix on YouTube that we can do to the base cone of 1. Anyway, let's power up, see if we can get some sound out of them. And said it will be a quick blip. It can only be a quick blip because of the copyright. Oh, you're gonna love what I've got after this as well. So, but you're gonna love these when you see what state they're in. You are gonna love when we do them up. So keep tuned, keep tuned. And the cat getting squashed by a speaker. I've got them lengthways. Let's have a look what we got coming on. Let's press play. Did we turn the CD off? Yep, we turned the CD off. have. Right, quickly stop. Let's see what we've got on the bottom one. We're listening for whether we've got the bass, the mid and the tweeter. I'm surprised. We've got the full range on the bottom one. Now I'm going to show you with a cloak. I'm going to show you full range on the bottom one. Like I said, they do stand up the other way. Let's take you in for a close-up, and pretty bad condition. They've been outside, they've been in the rain, and they are muddy and rusty. Look at that. Look at that. That is awful. But look at that bottom one, which isn't, well, it is pretty grim. On this one, there is sound coming out of the bass, the mid and the tweeter. But take a look at this. What has happened here? We are knackered. We say we're knackered. So what I'm going to do, because these are given to me, I've got no intention of spending any money on them because they're all dusty and dirty. I will clean them up. I'm going to see if there's a YouTube fix that actually sorts that out where we don't have to buy another comb, because it would just be something to do for the fun of it. I like doing things for the fun of it. They're both working. There's both sound coming out. Still sound coming out. This one, it is dreadful, kind of shiny. In an ideal world, you'd take them out. I'm going to show you how to take them out and how to clean them up. In an ideal world, I will be taking them out and I would be replacing them. But this is not an ideal world, and this is a learning curve for everyone. Let's see if we can do anything with them ropey old things. They really are quite trashed and falling apart. Can we do something with that, or is it that they're going to have to go on the Debbie Smash pile? In the comments, do they go for the smash, or do they get refurbished? Okay. Way forward, I've been hoarding some audio equipment the last couple of years. Time to work through it. Okay, next on the workbench, what do we have? What are we going to take a look at next? Well, I've got too many things to repair. No, I haven't got too many things to repair. I just haven't been repairing them lately. So it's back to the workbench and back to doing some repairs. We have a little gem that I found the other day. Okay, it's only €10 at a garage sale, car boot sale, collector's fair. Unbelievably, €10. I'm going to put her on the workbench now and let you take a look. What is the surprise I've got? What is the surprise I've got for you today? Like I said, all these bits of equipment are broken. I specifically bought them broken. Now let's take her out. What is it? It's a wine radio. I did look her up. From 1950s, I believe. It is a wine. It's all in German. Okay, let's have a look. We've already had the back panel off. As you can see, filthy. It is a wine H1053. H1053. Oh, and we've got a 110. So we've got a voltage selector on the back of this one. We've got a 110 and a 240 volts. So first things first is we have to make sure we're set for the right voltage. Okay, it's got all the info on the back. And I've never worked on a valve radio, and that's why I bought this. I couldn't resist, and I thought, you know what, Debbie, it's time to delve into it. So take a look at the front. Take a look at the front. We have got filth. We are filthy. So it's obviously been sitting around a long time. We've got a nice vintage radio. Now we're going to take a look at the back. Like I said, I was absolutely delighted to find a vintage valve radio for only €10. Take a look. I have already, bearing in mind, I have already made the power safe, because the wires that were coming off of the radio, I got a photograph somewhere. I took a photograph of the plug, and I wouldn't have been surprised if the plug, it's got a new plug on it, Spanish. I wouldn't have been surprised if the plug was the reason why it shorted out in the first place. Oh, next one. I couldn't resist it last week either. There is another one that I'm going to go back and get. I literally went to a second-hand shop. I took some photographs of the equipment they had there. Wasn't very much, but this one caught my eye, and the bloke was honest. The guy was honest. He said it doesn't work. He said it doesn't work, and I thought that's perfect, because I love it. I love a challenge. So, what do we got? We got a dual, okay, with the speaker. I'm going to show you how she opens. We've got a dual. Let's take a look at a vintage record player. Oh, I should have told you that, should I? Now I've given the game away, but you probably guessed what it was already. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the dual. Have you got one? Did you have one? Go. From the second-hand shop in Spain. I was quite delighted to find I've got a dual 410. It says a Mark 240. So I'm going to hold the tone arm in place. Let you have a closer look. That tone arm is secured. It's a Mark 240 Better. B-E-T-T-O-R, dual 410. We've got 78, 45, 33 and 16. Okay, so twin speakers, hence the dual. There's one down treble bass. Let's have a look at the back. Where's the cable? Oh, look, there's the cable. Another rather shonky Spanish plug. I did put a new plug on it, but the cable's pretty rotten. When I get these, I do power them together. What way round did she come out? The other way round. I just love the way they're so compact. I think it's quite a common one, this one. I don't think it's too. I think a lot of these were made. I don't think this is too special, but for me, it's really about the joy of fixing them. So, not the monetary value, it's the joy of fixing them. So I think it's a fairly common one. It's got the looks. Like I said, I thought it was 60s, but I do believe it's 70s. So that's the dual.
Good morning. Good morning, YouTube. Loads to do today. Done all my housework, done all washing, done my cooking. Get that out of the way. I can't bother to do that stuff. Drives me mad. Anyway, tractor update. That's it. The new surprise is the fact that I'm getting a big tractor. It's an Ebro 160. It's not delivered yet. But your old cat has claimed the box as her new bed. What's in up there? All my tractor parts, I'm going to have to put it on hold, that I want to check out today, are in here. It's a box of goodies. The best thing about that box though is my old cat has claimed it as her bed. She's claimed that as her bed. Is it good up there? You going to ride on the tractor with me? Oh, don't keep you awake. Don't keep you awake, Mal. Hey YouTube. What have we got today? Right, Debbie's workshop. Back in my workshop. I've been busy outside doing some gardening and that, so it's all a bit hot today. I think we're at 31 degrees, and it is October or September. I think it's October. All right, today we have got, my friend has given me a DVD home theatre system, Sony DAV DZ330 or DZ730. Anyway, when you get something off someone and they say to you, do you want this? It's not working. always try and get a bit of a full description with it. And yes, I do want it because I love working on stuff that's broken. So where would I start? First of all, I would start by asking if there's any known problems with the unit. And my friend has told, hey, how is everyone today? I've got a couple of great new projects coming up, and they are big projects. This is just small fry. I've got a couple of big projects coming up, and I can't wait to get started on those. Got to take delivery first. A couple of screws around the back as well. Former there. We have got a couple of 3 heat sinks here. All the capacitors look like they're good. None of them are bulging. This is the power supply board. Obviously, this is a CD, DVD. We've got some ribbon cables. Now, ribbon cables, they do break, okay? Or sometimes they're not even seated correctly. So what I would do as a matter of course whenever I'm repairing anything is to make sure they're just popped in there tightly. Because they can come loose, and the cables do break. They're only fine. So make sure your connectors are actually in there. That one's a little loose. Just give it all a little bit of a tug. All right. That's the power one. Okay, so we've got mains power in. Let's pull that mains one out. I said we are looking for an intermittent problem. So first of all, I'm going to check the cable for continuity. This has now been in the house. This has now been in the house at least 8 months. Sitting on the side and not been messed about with, but she's also on the work list. I am having a conscious effort to get through my supplies and get them fixed up. I saw this wooden box and I thought, that looks nice. And then I saw on the front in inlaid metal, can't get the camera around, inlaid metal, Philips. Thought it's got to be all there. It's got Philips in it. It's not going to be a television. Look at the size of it. It's too small. It's Philips. Said to the man, does it work? Before I'd even opened it, he said yes. The answer is no, it doesn't, but it will. I am convinced that this will work. €8. Take a look at this beauty. Take a look at this beauty. I found it really hard to find any information at all about this online. Let's take a look. It is a vintage turntable. And it does get stuck in the box. It doesn't come all the way out. Vintage turntable. That is as far as I can take her out. That is it. That is as far as she goes. We have a beautiful 1950s. I believe it's 1952 or 1953. I've put a new cable on her. That was as far as I got. They're probably going to be gummed up. We've got a power supply fault. We're going to be taking a deeper look. I don't think we've got a fault. I don't think the power's getting to it, to be honest, but I haven't delved any deeper. Got to try and come up with some little rack to hold it in rather than scratching it up, because this is an absolute beauty. I love her. But she is a 1953. I found it very hard to find any information on this. There was one in the Radio Museum, a photograph on the internet with the same cabinet, but I haven't found any others with the same cabinet. This little beauty was €8. Let's see if we can get her going again. Look at that. That is just the business, isn't it, that one? I love that one. That will probably go nicely with my teak wolf dowels. Tell me more, let me know more. Oh yeah, this is my darling bear. She turned up as a stray. She is my darling bear.
And he's the naughtiest cat there is. Naughty cat. So we often find her sitting on the bikes. And I'm sure she'll be breaking something as soon as she can.
Can't stop me talking once I get going, so this time I have actually got my coffee. I like to live on coffee. Had the opportunity, actually from the same place that I got the low, for a little, what is it? Can't remember what it is. It does say on it what it is. Roberts, oh it's Bush, not Roberts, it's Bush. A little Bush transistor radio. Now when I got this, okay, the handle's loose. It does need a good clean. The handle's loose, so I need to sort that out. And I went inside. You've got a close and an open here, so we go around the open way. Went inside and I pulled out the battery. I'm going to show you the battery that I pulled out. Something I'll get quite addicted. Well, I've come up with a plan for that. I have more than a number of industrial sewing machines. I think we're now actually totaling 4. So you can see why I get told, Debbie, no more vintage, broken vintage audio. Well, I've got 4 now working because I fixed them. 3 industrial sewing machines and 1 antique sewing machine. I think I can part with 3 of them. I'll just keep the 1. I've had a bit of a rearrange. Got myself another workbench because I seem to be a bit squashed for workbench space. Today I'm going to be showing you that I've cleaned up the Roberts radio. It's come up really nice and clean. Look, got all the stickers off. A little bit of WD-40 didn't hurt getting those stickers off, and she's all nice and clean. So one which I want to show you about the Roberts radio as well. Like you know, this one is working, but it's got a turntable that it spins on, which is a really cool feature from something from the 1970s. So I'm going to put that one to one side. I'm going to be doing the Peerless 8-track today. I also wanted to show you the little Bush radio. The little Bush is cleaned up nice, all on the top. The chrome's come up lovely. Literally just used some window cleaner, and the chrome has come up lovely. And all it was on the vinyl was just some soapy water, washing up liquid, but not too much of it obviously, just a damp kitchen cloth and some washing up liquid. It looks to be in quite good nick, got a couple of little dinks in it, and she's perfect. That's the TR130. Hey YouTube, well it's been wild lately. It's been some wild weather and there's been some wildfires. Fortunately not in my area, the wildfires. They've been a lot further away, but there was some wild weather. I'm going to get into my workshop this week. I've been extremely busy and I'm going to catch up with you on that one in just a bit, but today it is a bit of soldering. I keep promising to do this lovely pair of vintage radios. We're going to do a conversion. Do you remember I said we're going to do conversion? Open up this one first. I've got a little story. I'm putting the clips together for you. I have been on a mad adventure lately. So this is how this one opens, just the twisted 2 grips at the bottom. Now, this radio, when I got it, didn't have the battery, but I have got the battery on it from the Roberts RIC 2 that I bought. So we're going to do the conversion on. I'm going to leave this one standard for now. When the battery runs out, then I will do a conversion. But pop that one in. This is now working, which is great. I've given her a bit of a clean. Got the handle on there. We are working. I won't show you working because we've got a metal roof, so quite hard to get the signal sometimes. So outside, but there is a video of this one working. So moving on to the RIC 2. Actually put one to the side. So the RIC 2, what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you some soldering. Okay, so the heat shrink's on. We're going to twist the red cables together. literally just like this, so that I can slide the heat shrink over them once they're soldered. Bit solder, warm up the cable. We're already tinned, so warming the cable and just letting that solder melt on to the wires. Get ourselves a nice connection there. Job's a good one. I'll let that cool. Let it cool first before touching it. Get another heat shrink. Heat shrink's already on there. Already done that bit. Wrap the wires together. Twist the wires together. If you find it fiddly, put the soldering iron down. Generally, when you work in electronics, you get used to holding the soldering iron in your hand while you're doing other things as well, because how many times can you put it down and pick it up, put it down, pick it up, you know. So when you get used to it, if you've not done soldering before, when you get used to it, you get used to holding it. So gonna heat the cable and melt the solder onto there. You want a nice clean shiny joint. Let it just run onto there. Don't overcook it, don't undercook it. Nice clean shiny joint. We slide the heat sink up. We'll pop that down now. Slide the heat sink up. Heat sink. Heat shrink. Heat shrink. Not heat sink, heat shrink. Slide that up. And we could do a bit of heat on there. We haven't got anything that's that hot, but literally holding the soldering iron near it should be hot enough to melt that onto those cables. Don't touch it onto the heat shrink because you don't want to melt it, but just hold it nearby. It should be enough just to shrink it onto there. Or alternatively, get the hairdryer out. Dab it a little bit at the ends, I think. There you go. There you go. There's one. See that? It's just shrunk on to the wires, protecting it from not touching the other wire. Do the next one. Just gently warm near the heat shrink. Here's number 2. Right, clean up the nib of the soldering iron, just on that damp sponge. Get that nice and clean. Right, so this is just a small demonstration of soldering. Get this Robert's Rick 2 back, can't say back on the road, can I? Let's get the sounds back on this one. So a lot going on over the next couple of weeks. I have done so much learning over the last 3 weeks. I'm now fully immersed in AI. I have gone from scratch, knowing nothing at all about AI and how to use it well on the internet, but I am fully immersed in it now and totally addicted. But it's given me some great new plans, not plans that I'll be incorporating on this show, because this is just me and just you, and we love the vintage audio, we love the motorbikes, but I have got another project coming up, and it's a biggie. But I'm not going to start on that for at least another month. I'm going to pace myself on that one. And, well, if you want to know what's happening, there'll be insider secrets. You'll need to sign up for the newsletter. We're working on the website today, and there's going to be some autoresponders going on the website, so you'll be able to get a monthly newsletter for free from myself, with some photos on it. And right, enough of the rambling, Debs. Yes, there is a sign-upable free newsletter for you, and if you go to the bottom of the page, you can drop me an email and I will pop you onto that free newsletter, let you know in advance what I'm going to be getting up to. Right, so let's try this. Let's see if it works. Apparently this is a good one. I'm hoping that it's going to be enough to power it. So 4 AA batteries, and the only reason for doing this, I would have left it as standard, but those batteries are so incredibly expensive. So when that battery's gone, I still want to be able to use it. I mean, I struck lucky with this one to be able to power the other one. Let's see if it actually works. So pop that in there. Right, don't really want it touching on anything. Pop that in there. It might be an idea just to glue this battery pack to the side. So I'm just going to pop it up for now. Not touching against anything. Turn it round. It is a lovely cool day in Spain today. Makes a change for it to be cool, and there's a lovely fresh breeze. Bright sunshine, fresh breeze. Will she work? Right, I don't even remember where the on-off button is. I'm guessing, there it is, on-off button, that's that one. That's that one. Pop them back on. We don't want them bits falling off. Sticker on medium wave. Is it enough to power up? We have got no antenna. We've got volume. We've got tuning. I'm going to have to take her outside to get reception. But it does seem to be powering up. So to get some reception, I'm going to have to take her outside because I've got a metal roof with tiles on top. So I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to have to take you outside. I'm in the bushes. I'm in the bushes. It is a nice day. Let's see if we get some sort of reception on here. I am in the bushes. What should we have? Medium wave? Medium wave. Medium wave. Let's have a look. Tone, volume. Can we get some sort of reception out here? Medium wave. Come on. Come on. We're on long wave now. Long wave. Just a bit more volume. How well is that going to power that? Because it doesn't seem to be doing much at the moment. It's like we might have quite a dodgy pot there. Right. There's going to be some twiddling going on. Volume off. Right, I'm delving in. So we didn't pick anything up. I did a minute ago. Not that I'll be able to give you much of the sound. I did pick something up a minute ago. Could do with an aerial out of there. Out of there? Out here. I'm sure we can get something. Sounds like that pot's quite dirty, doesn't it? Right. Don't know if you can hear that. Not a great reception, but we are missing the aerial. So, I am excited it is working. You listen to my vintage radio. I'm in the hills of Spain, so reception isn't brilliant, but this one is. Let's see if we can. Right, so now I know that that pot is fairly dirty. There might be a dry solder joint on there, but it is working. Blasting out the Spanish music. Turn her off. So, there we go. Vintage radio. It's a Roberts RIC 2. She works. So that's a nice little conversion, just so we don't have to have that 50 euro battery inside. And that little adapter just cost me €2. 2 solder joints. Ideal, fantastic project for a starter. Let's pick up that vintage audio. If you sign up to the if you sign up for the newsletter, there is also a free download on what to look for when you're buying vintage audio over the yard sale, in the shop, what to look out for. So make sure you sign up for that.